Welcome back to the shop, everybody. It's been a minute. New dad again. Baby has made her appearance. So we took a little time off of making videos and stuff. Still been working in the shop. Another hot day here in Indiana. For a while it seems to either be hot, muggy, and miserable, or a tsunami outside, and there hasn't been much in between. But today we're gonna review some new gear I got. This video is gonna focus on one thing, and we'll show some others, but it's gonna focus on one item. And I have a confession to make about the item. When I first seen it at ATA, I made fun of it to the reps that were showing it off. I didn't mean to, but I did. And I was like, haha, that's huge. And he's like, well, get in it and see what you think. And I wasn't much interested in it, but I got in it anyway. Why not? We're at ATA. And that turned into this product here. That is the Hunt Arsenal Cloud Freedom Saddle. When I looked at it at ATA, it was still in a prototype. I'm not sure how much they changed from then to now, but it was a prototype, and it was, hanging off one of their displays, and it looked huge. Looked like a giant diaper. Even for me, it looked big. So I made my little remark. Tanner was with me, and he kind of agreed, and then I got in it, and I learned a few things about it. I was like, oh, I almost pre-ordered one, didn't. Long story short, wish I did, because then I forgot all about it. I was about to order a separate one, came across this, remembered about everything that I'd seen at ATA, and ended up ordering it. So we're gonna unbox it, go over a few specs on it, maybe a quick fit. In a future video, we'll be going up in a tree in it, kind of a setup video. But I wanted to do a bit of an unboxing, kind of a first look all together. If you're thinking about buying one, I got one in XL, big boy. I gained more weight than my fiance did during her pregnancy, so there's that I got to work on. Let's start working on getting her open. Hunt Arsenal Cloud Freedom XL. Got you a nice little box. Pounds 1 ounce. Comes with a 2-year warranty. Dual bridge, we'll get into that. It is slightly heavier than my last saddle, but as we go over more gear, my new setup is much lighter than my old one altogether, with the sticks and everything. But we're gonna stick with the saddle and go from there. All right, let's open her up. Another nice box. Cloud Freedom, like sitting on air. Most comfortable saddle in hunting. All right. Okay, we open up. In the box, there's a bag. Your instruction manual, I'm assuming. Okay, one thing I didn't know about it. Got some gel packs. Apparently it comes in its own little carry case. Got the Arsenal logo on one side, got the Cloud Freedom on the other. That's interesting. Let's open her up. Okay, here she is. Folds out in all its glory. This is what I was talking about. I might actually have to move the camera a bit to get the whole saddle as is in frame. So before I go any further, we're gonna do that real quick. All right, we can see a little better. Got fuller frame. Get a little ghosty. Okay, so saddle hunting. One of the biggest problems in saddle hunting with people I talk to is comfort. I hunt all day long when I can, and I do it out of a saddle unless I'm on the ground, basically. I need something comfortable first and foremost. I've had a saddle in the past that I actually only wore 2 or 3 sits and got rid of it, and then the one I had previously, I liked it, wasn't bad, but wasn't perfect. So, okay, comfort. This is what this thing sells on. It's huge. Picture being at ATA and seeing this monster, and I mean, it's a big saddle at first glance. It's huge. There's no getting around that. It's just a big saddle. Here. That's the back side of your saddle. It's got a nice, I don't know if you'd call it like a back reinforcement band. The bulkier saddle's down here. This is super long for any saddle I've been in. It seems like I'm talking bad things about it. I'm not. When I first seen it, I certainly was. I found it almost comical how it looked hanging. On this table, it doesn't seem as bad as I remember it. So you've got your main saddle here, and you've got pockets on each side. You got a little magnet, cinch pocket. You have main pocket on each side. I'll go into that more. You got your back band. your molly strips. Let's flip it around. All right, this is the inside of your saddle, bottom, top. We're just gonna go over the parts of it real quick. This is one thing I question if I'm going to like long term. This is your waist belt. I don't see a way as it sits to put an actual belt in. I mean, it might not be the end of the world. It's just a simple knot. You know, you gotta have it. It'll go, will not loosen unless you do it the right way. We'll see how I feel about that. Then you've got a double bridge, which I've also never used. I get the idea behind it, you know, pinch points when it's on you, which I'll show when I put it on. I don't know how well it's going to work. Also, both of these are independently adjustable with their glide, and I will show you how that works when I put it on. But both the top and bottom of your bridge have them. So that is also going to be new. Let me get the other one undone here. You have nice metal buckle, easy adjust. Hoping when that's on, it'll cinch down and not be so easy to loosen back up. Might have to put a little extra on that. We'll find out. To rehash, belt, not a real belt, rope belt, that's going to be new to me. A double bridge is going to be new to me. This is going to be a new style of leg clasp. I like it initially. I wonder if it will stay tight when it's on. Your lineman attachments on each side. You've got a nice orange strip here. That's where your lineman's going to go. Makes it pretty dummy proof. That'll be nice. What I'm going to do here in a minute, we'll give you a better view of the back first. So what I was talking about with pockets, you've got this pocket here, magnet, and then you've got full pockets inside, and they're pretty deep. They come down to here, so those are pretty deep pockets. I actually bought separate bags. Let me get them real quick. I bought a set of side vaults for it as well. I guess I don't remember, didn't pay attention when I bought it, that it has these nice deep pockets. I mean, I'll probably still put these on it because why not? So the one last thing I want to show before I put it on is what changed my mind about this being a big, bulky, silly, ridiculous saddle. And I'll show you better when it's on. But this actually flips up when you move around and latches in. So you'll be able to see better when it's on me, but it cuts down to half the size, to where this is much smaller than any saddle I've ran, which is nice because I do a lot of moving around. I hunt all over the place, so it's not sticks, my platform. They come up and down with me every time because I never know, you know, what property I'm going to be hunting, how the wind is. I always carry that stuff with me. So having something like this I can fold up is really nice. I'm excited to see how that works. Get the camera a little bit better. Got the sweat going real good, real warm. Family should be home soon, but we're going to put this on, show you how to put it on and kind of adjustments. I might throw the lineman on it, show you some of their glide, just their glide system, which I'm excited for because I didn't have to buy like a Kong duck or a Ropeman Ascender. Pro sticks are fine. Tanner uses them. Tanner loves them. I've always used some sort of mechanical aid just to make things easier. They weigh a little more, yes, but these don't seem to weigh that much more. We're gonna give them a go. Okay, so putting the saddle on per manufacturer. Just 1 second before we do that. Just see how big it seems. Like, it seems ridiculous all the way unfolded, how you'll have it when you're up in the tree. And this is kind of how it was hanging off of their display. I just got a kick out of it. They had some stuff on it. I was like, that thing is huge. Does it come on wheels? Ha ha ha. And then I felt like a fool shortly after. Okay, so how they say to put it on, how you want to have it per manufacturer. You got your rope belt and your bridge in your hand, and you just step through, going shoeless, step through, put the shoes back on. And the first thing you want to do is tighten up your belt. And this will take a little bit of playing with to see exactly how I want it. So, okay, now it's on. We're flopping in the breeze. This is the part that sold me on it in theory, and we're going to learn together very quickly if it's going to work how I wanted it to. So you've got your bridge out in front of you, your belt's tight. You grab the bottom of the harness, and on each side there's going to be a little magnet hanger. You clip on each side, and then you tighten both your bridges down. That popped out. So as you tighten your bridges down, like so, now it's more like a back lumbar support. It's no longer flopping in the breeze. You've got these out. What it's made to do, and I kind of messed up, but you take your rope belt from the top and you just tuck it in. Now that's out of the way. Same thing with your bridges. You tuck them in, now they're out of the way. If it's loose, you just tighten her up a bit more, tuck it away. Now this for me is huge, because now I went from having a harness like my previous ones. Again, they weren't overall as big as this one, but they're pretty big. I sit all day when I can. I like to be comfortable. I've tried like a minimalist saddle. I had an older two-piece. It wasn't quite my thing. So this one has way more material altogether, but if I get in that situation I tend to find myself in, where I got a run and gun, I can get down the tree, and instead of leaving my saddle, I believe once I get used to this, it'll take seconds. And you do the same thing with your leg loops. You just tuck them in. I'll probably, as I go, learn to tuck everything in on one side. So as I get better at it, more used to it, I can almost grab everything at once, throw it in, and now I'm good to go. I'll have more clothes on, of course, which will help keep it tight. It's too hot for that right now. Way too hot for that right now. So, initial impression, I really like this. Again, it turns into almost like a lumbar deal, which I'm going to have to see how that works with my pack, because I usually carry a frame pack. That's a whole nother story, but I'm planning on using a frame pack this year again, so we'll have to see how that meshes up. I think it'll be fine, but as far as running and gunning, or even if I know I'm going to set up somewhere public, but I got a long walk, I don't have to worry about trying to, put it on in the dark or have it clinging and catching on every shrub and bush, a tree, whatever. As I get there, everything's tight, packed. It literally feels like a lower lumbar support band. So that's not bad at all. That makes me happy. That's what I was looking for. So now we're going to put our bridge and tether on. We might actually put some pouches on, see how everything feels, see what we think. So either tomorrow or this weekend we can put it up in a tree. Okay, so quick note here. These bags for the MOLLE attachments, if you want them, they are tight. I don't use MOLLE a whole lot to be that familiar with it. If it's supposed to be a tight fit, it's great. Unless there's a secret I don't know about, this isn't like a quick detach system, which I don't think it's meant to be. So it's a good tight fit on both. Time will tell if I run these at all, whether I run one in the center, keep them both, get rid of them both. I don't know yet, but they're definitely tight. They're not going anywhere. You can see it sits in pretty good, and I mean it was stout for me to put on. Not that it's a bad thing. Again, I'm assuming it's supposed to be that way, so it can't come loose, or it has a less chance of coming loose. So I'm assuming that's a good thing. Tight is good. It's not going anywhere. We'll make sure it still flips with all this on, because I don't know. Okay, got the saddle back on. I have the leg straps on. Show you how I'm gonna use the lineman rope, how I'm gonna set it up. It's real simple. I mean, there's really only one way to do it that I know. So we're gonna set this down here. Orange on each side is going to be for your bridge, or for your lineman belt. All I'm gonna do, take one end, put it through. Here we go. It is a tight fit, which again, good thing. Your plastic, voila. So then what I'm gonna do, I put this on my left hip. So when I'm done with it, it's gonna live right here in this pouch. I've already decided. So once I'm up in the tree hanging, I'm just gonna take it all, ball her up. And that she's gonna live. Zip it up to about there. We know it's not gonna go anywhere. Now I do that on this side because I shoot left-handed. So my left side, my arm's gonna be up with my release. I don't have to worry about anything here. Like there's no shot You know, I don't know. There's no shot I should ever be taking where this bulk is going to get in my way. So on the opposite side, for my tether, when it's not being used, it's just going to live in this pouch on my right hip. So it's pretty much going to live in there. Get up to the top before we take our alignment off. We'll throw that on. And that'll be good. So we got that set. Now what I want to do real quick, now that I have these on, and again, I'm not sure if these are going to stay or not, but we're going to take this off. So then we'll grab, I think I need to go looser still. Let's just take them all the way down. Okay, so now we're going to grab both sides, flip it up, pop that in, grab this side, pop it in, kind of even it out, and we're going to go ahead and tighten these back up. So I believe with those extra packs in, it doesn't want to fold up how it should, which is fine. That tells me I'm probably not going to run them packs. I can't really get to them anyway. So we're going to take those back off and try it again. Okay, so we're going to try this again. I took the side pouches or the back pouches off. Hopefully it'll fold up like I want it to, because that's the whole reason I got this saddle, or the biggest reason I got this saddle. So let's find out. Beautiful. Okay, so crisis averted. I was definitely worried there for a second that I wouldn't be able to have my lineman and tether in the pockets with it up, because to me that would kind of defeat the whole purpose. Everything tucks in again. It'll take some practice. I don't have the legs tucked in at the moment, but everything sits nice and tight, again, like a hip lumbar belt. And you can stash stuff away. So let's put these up. Again, I'm gonna try to start working on putting everything on the right side, just stuff it in. That way, with this, you have nothing dragging the ground. There's nothing to get caught on. You're just a bit thicker. Which if you're crawling, to me, if you're crawling or, you know, trying to be stealthy, this little bit of bulk is not gonna matter because it's off of my legs. That was my problem with the last bigger saddle I had. It was lighter than this one, but I mean, once you had it set, whether you had your legs buckled in or not, it was set. So it was on your rear end, down, you know, at the top of your legs, because I don't run my waist belt real tight ever. So it'd kind of clank around and make noise and catch on things, and that was the number one thing I didn't like about my last saddle. This one should fix that. Again, if I'm up in a tree, I'm in a saddle. I don't even really like heights. Honestly, I'm terrified of them. I don't even like ladder stands. I'll get in them if I have to, but I try to saddle, and for whatever reason, it doesn't bother me as bad. Like, I'm sure the first time, and I'll do it on video, I'm sure the first time I get up in this one, I'm gonna be a little shaky, just because I didn't hunt out of a saddle last year. So it'll be a little new. It's always been so much easier for me to get used to and feel comfortable. And guys I hunt with, my buddies, say I do some silly stuff off of that saddle, or, you know, off my platform, or completely hanging off of it trying to get around the tree. Doesn't make much sense because I am terrified of heights, but, you know, if there's a possibility for a shot, in the moment it disappears. Now, after I make a shot and I know it's good or bad, all that might come rushing back and I drop my bow out of the tree. I don't know. But in the moment, I don't think about it. I think that helps a lot. So I'll do another video when I can. I'll do another video when I can, showing you going up, how it works in the tree, a little more comfortability. It was definitely comfortable at ATA, but I mean, I was in it for 3 or 4 minutes talking to the rep. It seems really nice, seems well made. It's just walking back and forth. It's holding on well. It's not wanting to slip, which I was worried about with like the rope belt. Again, that's something time will tell, but first impressions, I'm real happy with it. It'll go great with some new icons, The Razor Elite, which I wanted the Magnum, but I couldn't find it in stock anywhere. I wasn't waiting anymore. I'll be pushing that number, but you know, it'll be all right. And I'm gonna try an 8er. So you guys see this? Let me know what you're gonna be running. If you're running a saddle, stand. I have buddies that will not hunt out of a tree. Too scared. That's one step further than me. So that works too. That's how I learned to spot and stalk as much as I do, because for a long time I didn't want to get in a tree. It would almost ruin things for me. I'd get up there and, you know, the slightest little thing, I'd be feeling like I have to get down, and it was a mess. Got over it for the most part. Let me know your guys' setup. If you guys want a saddle, of course you can get a hold of us. We have different types available or brands available. If you want to know more about this saddle, any questions you have, feel free to let me know. Contact me or Tanner. Tanner will be playing with it too, I'm sure. He likes to play with gear a lot, even when it's not his, which I understand. So we're gonna close this saddle video up. I appreciate y'all for checking it out. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah, go out, shoot your bow, find your saddle, find your freedom.